What's going on, everyone? This behind me is the finished product of the Wired Freedom bike. If you watched any of my review videos on the Wired bike, one's called Wicked, they had to change their name, but they're now called Wired. If you watch those review videos, you know I had the prototype bike. I actually had the owner's prototype bike that they were working with. I was doing videos on that because these were still in production. So they came by last weekend and swapped them out for me. They took back the prototype and they gave me a finished product Wired bike. So I can show you what the customers actually received. There's a bunch of components that were changed out on this bike to make it better. And let's take a look at it up close. All right, well, first off, I gotta say it looks sharp. The prototype bike I had was a little bit banged up and it was the black paint. This is the blue and it's a beautiful blue. And that's one change that they made. They started introducing more colors. So now you can get black, blue, red, or green, multiple color options for this bike. And the small little tweaks that were made, I'm gonna go through them one by one. The first was the headlight. They put on a brighter headlight for the production models. It's a 100 lux headlight, very bright. We did some cable wrap on here. They changed the brakes. So the prototype had Star Union. These are now Tektro brakes on the Wired bikes. So changed to Tektro. I know they did that, I believe, because I mean it's a good brake, and also too the parts are more readily available at bike shops for the Tektro. So if you ever did have any problems, easier to get them fixed at a bike shop. They changed out the grips. Put on these different style of grips here with the palm rest on them. I like these grips a lot better than what was on the prototype. Still same battery pack, 60 volt, 20 amp hour battery pack, which is huge. They changed the spring though. The original was a lot stiffer than this one. I think it was like 1,000-pound rating on the spring, and this is 750. So it's a little bit softer of a spring, and it is adjustable here. You just kind of twist this right here. So not an air shock or anything like that, just all mechanical, but adjustable, softer spring in this bike. They upgraded the front chain ring, so it's a 52 tooth. The other one I had was a 48, so you're gonna get a 52 if you buy the Wired bike. And it's a single-sided guard on here, and they do that because there's just not enough clearance to put a double-sided one on. It would hit into the frame. So unfortunately, it's just the single-sided. Not a big deal though. I mean, a lot of bikes are like that, but 52 tooth now on that. If you wanna go higher on the gearing, you're gonna have to do it on the, the freewheel or cassette, whatever you want to call it back here. It's a 1428. You could move it to like an 1134 if you needed some more out of the pedals. All right, what else? The seat. So same basic style of seat. This one's now branded with their logo, and it's softer. It is noticeably squishier, softer. I like wide seats, I like flat seats, and I like soft seats. And this is pretty much all those. It's not really super thick. There's no springs in it or anything, but you've got this giant spring to help with your comfort. So good seat. I probably won't even change this out. I know a lot of times I'll change the seat out on the bikes because they always come with terrible seats, but this one's pretty darn good. It's nice and soft. And other changes, the taillight. So it now has a functioning brake light. Before it did not have that. So you got headlight, taillight, and brake light. And I believe that is all of the upgrades and changes. So if you're gonna go out and buy a Wired bike, this right here is what you're gonna get. And I'm not quite sure another bike that's gonna beat this right now in terms of bang for your buck. I mean, for 2,000 bucks, it's $19.99 for this thing. You get a full suspension, huge battery, 40 amp controller, 2,000 plus motor. I mean, the thing goes almost 40 miles an hour when you unlock it. It's gonna come to you, shipped as a class 2 e-bike where it goes 20 miles an hour, but you can go in the settings and unlock this thing and make it an absolute beast of a bike. And yeah, I don't know. If you want speed and power and comfort, this is tough to beat on this one, really. The comfort comes just from the rear suspension and also the handlebars, being that they're these tall BMX style bars. Almost every bike I get, I'm always changing this area right here. I'm putting in a stem riser or taller handlebars because I want an upright ride position, but you've got that from the start on this bike. This sounds like a big sales pitch. I don't work for Wired, just so you know. I don't work for Wired. I don't take commission on e-bike sales. Buy one, don't buy one, it doesn't matter to me. But it's, like I said, this one speaks to me because I like the comfort and the speed and the power, and that's what this thing's got. So if that's you, worth checking this thing out. And maybe I'll run out real quick and show you this bike's little party trick. We'll run it up to top speed fast so you can see what that looks like. All right, I don't have quite a full battery charge at the moment, but we're pretty close. Let's get out here. I'm gonna pedal for a little bit. I wanna remind myself if you can feel in the pedals at high speed. Plenty of feeling into the 30s. faster than the prototype went. And the battery's not even fully charged. Phew. This thing is quick. This thing is quick. Wow. Well, there you go. Unlock this thing at your own risk. This is not class 2, 3, at anything. We want you to unlock it, right? It's something that's pretty much off-road only, but man, holy cow. This is definitely a bike that's going to be hanging around in my garage for a while. I can't wait to match this thing up against some others that are on the way. I should have a couple more this week that are in the same power category. So it'll be great to line all those up and see who really is the fastest and the most powerful. If you are interested in this kind of stuff, definitely do me a favor, consider hitting subscribe. So you know when I put out more content. Get this thing back rolling here. I think the pedal assist kicks in stronger than the throttle. I mean, pulls so hard. It's nothing to get up to speed on this bike. 30 miles an hour, no effort. Wow. All right, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. And in case you're wondering, yes, the bike speedometer is right on the money with GPS. Totally in sync. That's one thing I've noticed about these wired bikes. The speedo is extremely accurate. Right in sync.